I might be late, but the chunky dad shoe trend is the best trend ever. Chunky dad shoes are characterized by their wide toe box, thick, often oversized soles, and bulky silhouette. Did you know that the chunky dad shoe trend first started in 2017? I didn't even know that. The shoe brands that first brought about the chunky dad shoe trend are New Balance and Balenciaga. New Balance with their 990 model had the dad, grandparish, retro look and feel, while Balenciaga with its abstract design of a chunky shoe and how chunky shoes could look. Even Yeezy with their Yeezy 700 Wave Runner, where its sole increases in chunkiness up to the heel area, and its 90s inspired aesthetic. I didn't even know the Yeezys were part of the chunky dad shoe trend. These brands and their shoes pioneered the chunky dad shoe trend. These shoes and brands paved the way for the chunky dad shoe trend we have today. Its grandparish, retro, abstract, big designs have been used in the current chunky dad shoe trend that we are all familiar with. There are more mesh, thicker soles and laces, and graphic overlays, neon and contrasting color schemes, orthopedic shaped and suede are popular, and cushioning technologies are used. Shoe brands like New Balance, Asics, Salomon, and even Balenciaga have mesh around different parts of the shoe, thick soles and laces used, different materials stitched, adding texture and patterns, and are orthopedic shaped. They have brought out to the mainstream successfully and influenced this wave of the chunky dad shoe trend. They come in many different colorways, materials, textures, and styles. Popular shoe models of this chunky dad shoe trend are the New Balance 530s, 990s, 1906, 1960s, Balenciaga Runner, Trek, and 3XL. Asics Gel Kayano 14s, Salomon XT6, XT4, and ACS Pro. Some are more similar, while others are less similar. Comparing the popular models, the New Balances have suede material and soft, furry texture, while Salomon has a waterproof and tech materials and rubbery, grainy, or porous texture. Even other shoe brands like Nike, Mizuno, Saucony, and others have brought out their existing and new chunky shoe models into the chunky dad shoe trend, like the Zoom Vomero 5s, Wave Runner 10s, and Pro Grid Omni 9s. These brands and their shoes have influenced our attitude towards chunky dad shoes and the way we wear them, wear clothes, and choose what clothes to wear. Clothing pieces usually worn with these shoes are pants that have a relaxed, wide, flat, or baggy fitting. Tops worn together usually range from flowy pieces, oversized, and even slim. This is the chunky dad shoe trend we are all familiar with. This is the best trend because it's comfortable. Chunky dad shoes are comfortable. Chunky dad shoes are comfortable to wear. Since chunky shoes have thick soles, they provide more cushioning and padding, which helps distribute pressure on our arches and joints, especially when we run, walk, or jump. Chunky dad shoes also reduce strain on the feet arches, as many chunky shoes have insole design with supportive arch shape that caters to different foot types. The wide boxy nature of a chunky shoe's toe box also makes it suitable for especially wide feet people compared to slimmer fitted shoes. There's more space for their toes to bend and move within the inside of the shoe. Wide toe boxes also reduce or prevent rubbing and friction on the foot, which prevents blisters or other skin irritations from forming, while slimmer shoes with narrow toe boxes don't. Wide toe boxers also help reduce the chances of developing certain and more serious conditions like bunions, since the toe box around the toes gives space for the toes to spread out naturally and when needed to. For those who don't know what bunions are, they are a bump formed on the joint where the big toe meets the foot. Due to usually slim or constrictive toe box spaces tight around the toes, forcing the toes, especially the big toe, out of its natural alignment but towards each other instead. These features especially cater to people having wide feet, as wearing slim-fitted shoes allows what chunky dad shoes features prevents from taking place. Since many chunky shoes were originally made for sports or high-impact activities, their shoe technologies like air soles, gel padding, memory foam, or breathable mesh translates into everyday comfort. These reasons make chunky dad shoes inclusive for different foot types, from narrow to wide. These also make chunky dad shoes comfortable for walking and standing for long periods, and people are willing to wear them a lot more. Other clothing pieces typically worn with chunky dad shoes are more comfortable too, which brings me to the next point. Formalities. Chunky dad shoes work with formal and casual settings. High fashion caught on the chunky dad shoe and it got styled on runways. The silhouette of clothes started to be designed more relaxed and oversized in both menswear and women's wear, and chunky shoes balanced these proportions out. Tailoring and suits recently used relaxed, boxy, looser cuts instead of slim, slick cuts. Some examples of these are broader shoulders, wider legs, longer cuts, and soft tailoring like flowy trousers. Deconstructed styles also rose and were applied on formal pieces and suits. The idea was to look effortless, modern, and a bit more comfortable. And chunky shoes not only can balance these proportions out, but bring out this idea better. These fashion designers and influencers took note of this and paired these shoes with formal pieces like turtlenecks, shark coats, and tailored pants. Chunky shoes being sporty casual pieces initially, this contrast of mixing casual and formal pieces together that was styled by fashion designers and influencers became the point of having these chunky dad shoes with formal wear. Example of pairing chunky shoes with other pieces equals to example clean flow and intentional weight. Wearing chunky shoes, which were once known and associated with being casual, could now be worn with formal pieces in a flattering way and accepted and liked by the public. Example, New Balance 530 with formal clothes and clothing pieces like suits, blazers, and pants. Ever since the pandemic that took place a few years back, it accelerated the casualization of clothes and what we wear. Office dress codes got looser quicker and fashion started blending more than ever. Even before this, already the tech culture has started promoting casual dressing at work. What is tech culture, you might wonder? It refers to the work culture that emerged from major tech companies like Google, Facebook or Meta, Apple, and startups. They are known for being informal, non-hierarchical, comfort-focused, and focused on efficiency more than tradition. This culture didn't just change how people work, it changed how they dress at work. The aspects of tech culture that affected dress codes are casual dress as the norm. Tech workers often wore jeans, hoodies, and sneakers, even at big companies. No suits, no ties. Comfort and practicality are prioritized over formality. This casual but smart look became the unspoken uniform of modern innovation. This created a ripple effect across other industries as tech companies gained influence. Their workplace norms spread. Even in finance, media, and consulting, dress codes started shifting. Business casual became the new default. Smart casual became the new way to look professional. Suits became optional or reserved for clients and events. So how does that shoes tie in? With dress codes loosening, people needed shoes that were comfortable for long days and standing. Still looked sharp or intentional and had that casual cool vibe without being sloppy. These types of shoes that people need and use are chunky dad shoes. Back to the pandemic time, everybody was working from home. That means online meetings and no commute. Wearing suits and dress shoes were not needed. People chose and started prioritizing comfort and practicality with their clothes. Common pieces are sweatpants, cozy feeling tees, and chunky dad shoes when going out. When people started returning to the office, they preferred not to go back to wearing suits. With the added pandemic that happened, the new mindset was that they still want to look good, without compromising or giving up comfort. This is where the tech culture and pandemic lifestyle created a new dress code, with relaxed tailoring, relatively smart shoes like chunky dad shoes, which also complements the silhouette easily, and elevated loungewear. Think of joggers with structure and cuts, oversized boxy t-shirts, or hoodies under blazers. This also further enhances the casual nature and casualization of casual wear. Comfort became a priority for people with the clothes they wear. Casual clothes were chosen and focused based on features that people find comfortable to wear. Remember that people still wanted to look presentable but not sloppy. So styles and pieces that were either brought back or brought out were athleisure, 90s inspired styles, grandparent styles, etc. Pieces were baggy jeans, wider fitted sweatpants and shorts, and knitted sweaters. These pieces had a relaxed or baggy fitting for enough and extra comfort. Baggy jeans compared to slim fitted jeans are looser, which allows ample space for movement, breathability, and lower pressure on certain points of the leg, whereas slim fitted jeans have limited space for limited movement and breathability, which feels more snug and restrictive on areas like the thighs, joints, and hips. The denim material of jeans are already stiff for fabric. By creating more space, people will know it's comfortable and the pain points won't be an issue. Deeper than just comfort, people opt for pieces that are cozy. Pieces that are cozy don't just bring comfort, but a sense of relaxation and security when put on. Because wearing cozy pieces help bring these senses to them, they accept these clothes to be suitable for on-the-go clothes, such as running errands. To tie back in with the attributes and importance of being comfortable and cozy, the footwear chosen that finishes off the outfit and its purpose or attributes and importance are chunky dad shoes. Some of these clothes and styles keep the look grounded. What this means is that these implies a style that is practical, comfortable, and not overly trend-focused or flamboyant. It's about creating an outfit that feels natural, confident, and in alignment with your individual personality. The idea of casual wear also ties in with being easygoing or free and easy through the looks. Clothing styles such as workwear and pieces like utility jackets, chore coats, and workwear jackets come in a toned down color or material. When paired with chunky dad shoes, it further echoes that practicality found for casual wear purposes, but bring in some softness. This creates a rugged soft vibe, making casual wear give off an approachable vibe. These vibes created wearing chunky shoes with casual wear in essence represents what casual wear is. And with the clothing pieces chosen, it simply enhances these. Chunky shoes can be used for different formalities. This makes it so easy to use these shoes that we consumers do not need to think about whether this shoe will work or to swap the footwear for either formality. We also consume less, but make more use of a chunky shoe we have in our wardrobe. You now only need one pair of chunky shoes and it is able to be worn in different settings. It's crazy that chunky shoes could do that for us. This creates a gateway that is easy for people with different styles to transit. Because the fashion world applied and understood deeply what casual wear is and the basic principles of casual wear, it opened up to new possibilities of wearing and styling certain shoes, like outdoor shoes and hiking shoes, like the one many of us are familiar with, Salomon shoes. They are being paired with many other pants, even with formal pieces. I know you and I never had thought that could happen and work, but it sure did. Take a look at the runway or premier events where people wore such formal clothes with Salomon shoes.